Hi everyone, I'm Paul Pomerleau. Thank you for joining me today. If you remember on my last video, I made one of these oil drain hoses to attach to my snowblower. If you want to know why and how I made one of these, then go ahead and click on this link in the upper right hand corner and it will explain everything to you. I made this particular one out of an air hose, and I asked people online if they could give me ideas on how to improve this, and one person commented that an air hose really isn't meant to withstand constant contact with oil in the engine. So I went out to the same store I bought this at and I bought a fuel line. This happens to be the exact same diameters, and a fuel line, according to the description, this is made out of nitrile rubber. And nitrile rubber, according to search engines, is highly resistant to oils. So this would probably be a better material. It is just as flexible as the air hose, and but the problem is it's a little more expensive. Now, I paid 50 cents on sale per foot of air hose, whereas this, not on sale, was $2.50 for 1 foot. So it's going to be a couple of bucks more. This one cost me $7, so now you can expect to pay $9 for this hose. One of the things I found out when making this hose was I pushed the hose all the way up to the end of the barb on the fitting. Now, I found out that when you attach the other end to the motor block is going to go all the way to the end of the thread, and in which case now my wrench was too thick and I couldn't get it in there in order to tighten it against the motor. So I couldn't pull the hose back out because I had already crimped it. So what I ended up doing was simply taking an X-Acto knife and cutting about 1/8 of an inch off of the end of the hose. This way giving me enough room to fit the wrench in order to tighten it down. So if you're going to make one of these hoses, just be aware of that. Now we're also going to need some way to stow the other end of the hose up and away from the motor when we're not using it. Let me show you the way I'm going to do it. I happen to have some rubber mat material that I picked up at that same hardware store. Now again, you don't need to use this. You can use a zip tie, a twist tie, anything else you want. I just happen to have some of this. So what I did was I cut out a little piece of rubber using the same crimping ring that we use for the hose and an X-Acto knife. So I put it over here and I cut along the outside of the ring, and then over here I cut around on the inside. Now the distance between the inside of this ring and the inside of this hole is about 3 inches. And then I just use scissors to trim around the edges. So now I'm going to take the smaller side and it's going to fit over the part that attaches to the motor. So it's going to go over here, slide all the way up to the other end. Now this end will be attached to the motor, and this end, after you're finished draining and you want to stow it, it's going to go up. There's a wire bundle going to be right here. So this will now fit over here through the wire bundle that'll be here, and then with the brass cap on top, it will not come off. So I'm going to continue using the red hose on my snowblower because, well, I'm interested to know how long it's going to last when it's fully immersed in the oil. But if I had to make another one, I would use the fuel line. Chances are it's going to last much longer. Now, the cost of building this thing with all the parts at today's video was going to be $9 for using the black hose. And then here in Canada, that's 10 times cheaper than buying the professionally made one at the store. But there's still room for improvement, and I would like all your ideas on what else I can do to make this even better for everyone. Thank you very much for joining me on another one of my videos. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.